Good morning. This is our second week on remote learning. So the first week I think went pretty well. A lot of people understood. The main mistake that I saw was using the um, diameter instead of the radius for finding the volume. So just keep that in mind for your practice test today and your test on Tuesday. Just a reminder that on Thursday I will be away, so I will post your work on the LMS, but it will be Mr. Found that will be on the Teams meet on Thursday to go over your work with you. Um, I think that is about it. We do have a few quizzes and a few tests this week, just so I can start getting you guys some grades and whatnot. As we previously have mentioned, because of the nature of being online, um, it is open book, so you are allowed to use your book. I know some of you might be inclined to use the internet to look for your answers, so you're not going to um, you're going to need to show me your work on your test step by step. So I don't just want an answer, so you need to be able to provide me the work that goes with it to get all of your points. So I hope that answers any questions. If there are more questions, let me know. For today, you are doing a bit more practice questions for Pythagorean theorem to make sure that you're okay with that. We have a lesson on 2D shapes, so to find the perimeter and area of composite shapes. And then you have your measurement test review, which is a little long, but will help you out tremendously. So this is the independent questions. So just remember that when you're doing word problems, to have a therefore statement that answers your question. So if we look at the application of 2D shapes, so our area and our perimeter for composite 2D shapes. So our first example says carpeting costs $12.50 a meter squared. How much would it cost to carpet the room below, including GST and PST? So GST and PST together is 13% in Ontario. Okay, so our first step is going to be to find the area of our composite shape. So your first thing that you should do is you should label them. And we've done this last week, so you should be familiar with it. Okay. So then for A1, because it is a rectangle, our formula is going to be length times width. Okay, so for our length, just keep in mind that you're not using this whole 10 meters. It is only this section here, which they tell us is 6 meters anyway, so it's pretty simple. So our length would be 6, and our width would be 4. Okay, so put that together in the calculator, or if you're good, remember your multiplication tables. Okay, so it's 24 meters squared. A2 is a rectangular as well. A rectangle. Okay. So our length here is 7, and our width would be the 10 here minus the 6. So 4. Okay, so it would be 7 times 4, which gives us 28 meters squared. Okay, and then we've got our third shape, which is our triangle. Okay, and our formula for that is base times height divided by 2. Keep in mind that the formula sheet is super important for you. Okay, so our base here, they don't tell you what the base of this triangle is, except for you can look here, that's 7 meters and 4 meters, meaning that this one would be 3. So it would be 3, and then our height is 6. And divide by 2. 3 times 6 is 18. And so that would come up to 9. Okay. So now it's time to add those all up for our total. Okay, so you're going to do 24 plus 28 plus 9. And that's going to give us a total of 61 meters squared. So now we're not done there. So it's saying that if per meter squared, it's $12.50, what would be the total cost with GST and PST, which is our 30 or 13%. So what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the 61 by 1250. So we've got our cost here. And that would be before taxes. So 61 times 12.5 or 0.50. And that gives us 762 and 50 cents. Okay. And to find our tax, so that was supposed to be an arrow. Sunday morning right now. I'm trying to record these ahead of time. So I'm not fully. Okay, so to find our tax, you do times 1.13. Okay, and that'll give us our price with the tax. So if we do 762 50 times 1.13, that'll give us our total price with the tax. And that gives us a total of 861. 861.63. Okay. And then you're going to want to add in your therefore statement because it is a word problem. So therefore it would cost 861.63. Okay. So I'm going to erase this. We'll go on to example number 2. So here we have find the area of the shaded region shown to the right. So this is where, again, you're going to have to remember to use radius and not diameter. And so we should probably start with that. So you're going to look at your diameter of both circles and you're going to divide them by 2 to get your radius. So this one is actually a radius of 2 centimeters. And this one's going to be a radius of 4.5. Okay. So for this one, your first step is to find the area of the big circle, and then you're going to subtract the area of the small circle. So first things first, always label. So this is area 1. This will be area 2. Okay, so area 1, our formula for the area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay, so the radius of our first circle is 4.5. So then 4.5 squared becomes 20.25. This is not the best writing in the world, as per usual. And then you're going to multiply it by pi, which gives us a total of 63.59 centimeters squared. Okay, you're going to do the same thing for our second circle, so the inside part. So it's pi r squared. Our radius is 2. So pi okay. That gives us a total of 12.56. Okay, so you're not quite done yet. So like I said, you have to subtract the second circle from the first. Okay, so our area, or total area, would be A1 minus A2. So you're going to do 63.59 minus 12.56. Okay, so that gives us a total of 51.03. Okay, so I'm about to clear that. Okay, so for the rest, there are independent questions for you to work on. There's just 3 for that one because I do know that today's a bit loaded for you guys. There's quite a bit of independent work for you. So I'm just gonna pull up the practice test real quick here, just so you can see. And I can go over a few things with you before you try to tackle it. So for every question, there's a multiple choice answer that goes with it. I do want you to show your work. That way I know where you guys are at, if you understand what you're doing, etc. Again, remember that you're using the radius. Like for this one, you don't even need to find the volume. They're just asking you which formula or expression represents the volume of the sphere. So you don't even need to do too much for that one. Number 4, there aren't any numbers. on there for you, so don't worry about number 4. um, this is one of the composite shape 2D shape questions like we just went over. This one you're gonna have to do some drawing for it. So just remember to read properly. So like it says, the second box has the double the amount of measurement. So instead of 4, it'll be 8, 6 will be 12, 9 will be 18. Okay, so same with this one. There's quite a few composite shape questions there for you. Okay, I think that was it. I think it was just number 4 that's missing measurements for you guys. But you're ready to go. So reach out if you have any questions, let me know, and good luck.